for the Coyotes right here live on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Pequeno alongside redshirt freshman Adam Perry as well as Andrew Fury. And Adam, no question, a lot of excitement building up for this one. And Coach John Watson setting the tone by setting his ace on the mound, Andrew Yusupchuk.
Yeah, so Yusupchuk, the ace today for the Coyotes, and he has been lights out so far this season. He ran into a little bit of trouble towards the end of his last outing, but he threw a no-hitter through 5 innings. So, I mean, he'll be looking to get back to that here today, and something to look for in his game will be his pace and how quickly he gets back on the mound and is ready to deliver the next pitch. I can sit here and talk good about Andrew for hours, but I'll let his game do the talking today.
Andrew likes to work fast, and make no mistake, defenders love working behind a pitcher that likes a quick pace. And on the other side for the Bears, his right-hander Robbie Butension has a fastball, curveball, and slider. And last year, Andrew, the Coyotes started 0-6 in league play. This year, they want to make it a different story, and they want to start fast in conference.
And a completely different story it already is, Joe. They're starting the year 6-1, and they're playing their own brand of baseball. They're hitting the ball well. They got their pitching on point, as always. With big names like Dante Turgeon in the lineup, as well as the rest of the heart of that lineup, they're looking to continue the fast pace that they've started in the past 7 games.
A beautiful night for baseball at Chandler-Gilbert. Two bitter rivals about to go at it right here on the diamond in Chandler, Arizona. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening pitch coming up right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. Coyotes and Bears. Coyotes haven't played since last week, sweeping a doubleheader last Friday from Post-Grad 7-4 and 9-3. Through 7 games, Coyotes have scored 60 runs, hitting .310 with 3 homers, with an ERA of 3.57, which is 3rd in the conference. Coyotes led by head coach John Watson, hitting and outfield coach Mike Campbell, and recruiting coordinator Dave Pankanier. Starting lineup for the Bears tonight, and of course, it's a good one. In center field, Ben Hashisaki. Number 10, the second baseman, Jameson Armstrong. Batting third, the shortstop, Camden Plew. Batting fourth, playing first base, Dante Turgeon, who's ripping the cover off the ball. In the 5th spot, the DH, Tate Lewis. In right field, batting 6th, Ryder Hancock. At third base, batting 7th, Ethan Hatch. Catching, batting 8th, Keegan Roden. And in left field, batting 9th, Amir McGee. And on the hill for the Coyotes tonight is right-hander Ben Yusupchuk. And you've heard Adam Perry and Andrew Fury. The young man works quickly, is a control pitcher with a fastball, a changeup, good velocity, can move in and out of the zone. Now on the other side, Phoenix College, led by new head coach Scott Schneider, former assistant in the Milwaukee Brewers organization, now taking over for the Bears. Bears open league play with a Wednesday loss at home to Central Arizona 10-5. So far, the Bears have scored 54 runs through 7 games, hitting .264 with 1 homer and an ERA of 3.71. Coyotes have a lot of bitter angst toward this Bears squad. They've been knocked out of the playoffs by Phoenix College the last 2 years, so doesn't matter. The names have changed, the numbers have changed, but the memories and the losses still hurt just the same. Starting lineup for Phoenix College. Left field, batting first, Casey Wayne. Center field, batting second, Bryson Tambone. Right fielder, batting third, Jake Willerup. The DH, batting fourth, Elias Fiddler. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Chris Billings. Batting sixth, at third, Kyle Casados. Catching, batting seventh, Cole Snido. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Alan Rosas. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Isaac La Raza. And pitching tonight for the Bears is right-hander Robbie Butension. And as we talked about at the top of the telecast, he has a fastball, a slider, changeup, will work in and out. So we'll see what the young man does on the mound. As we look at the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference standings so far, South Mountain Community College, they're off to a really good start. Undefeated at 8-0. Glendale Community College 7-1. Mesa Community College 7-1. Pima Community College 7-1. Chandler-Gilbert, go Coyotes, 6-1. Eastern Arizona 5-1. Gateway 5-1. We look at the back end, Cochise College 9-2. Arizona Western College 6-2. Phoenix College, as we talked about, 5-2. Paradise Valley Community College 8-4. Central Arizona College, always a force in this conference. A team that yearly is the team to beat. A record of 6-3. Yavapai College 3-3, and Scottsdale Community College with a record of 1-4. Adam Perry joins me, as well as Andrew Fury. I love these two kids because they're always bringing the juice. You want baseball knowledge, you want the inside track on what's happening with the Coyotes. These two young men have it. So fellas, give me the sense as we lead into the league opener for the Coyotes. Haven't played since last week, since taking a doubleheader from Post-Grad. What's been the talk inside the dugout like this week?
Right, and as you mentioned that week layoff, I would see that more of even a strength to the Coyotes. Maybe needed to rest up a bit. And that week has allowed these boys to really get their footing back and to kind of, rest up. They're energized today. And, the aura of this team over the past week has kind of undergone a shift if you will. And, the air's a little heavier today. The intensity is mounting. And these Coyotes are just ready to go, man. These guys are ready to unleash, and they're looking to do it in a big way today in the first conference game.
And Andrew, as the Coyotes are getting ready to step on the field, they come in with a full bill of health, and they get Ben Hashisaki back, who was nursing a little bit of a wrist injury. And you know Ben, and he's that spark plug in that lineup. And how big is that to have him back in the lineup, fully healthy, full throttle, ready to get after it?
Oh, it's great to have someone like Ben back in the lineup because he's going to bring that intensity and he's going to fire up the rest of the lineup exactly like you said. He's the spark plug. He's going to get on base any way that he can, whether it's a base hit or just really just squeezing out an at-bat. And just he gets on base, he's basically guaranteed to be on third because he's going to hustle around the base pass and he's going to run smart and use that speed to his advantage that carries on throughout the rest of the lineup as we go throughout the game.
Now, off the top of the telecast, Adam, you kind of talked about Andrew Yusupchuk. And for those tuning in to the telecast right about now, give us kind of the breakdown of this young man on the mound. A young man who, when he's on, he's very difficult to beat.
Yeah, and that all starts with his fastball. It's really his go-to pitch, his power pitch, if you will. It pairs very well with his super fast-paced style. And it kind of has a little bit of jump to it at the end. So, when he's rushing through in between pitches, and then next thing you know, that fastball is blown right past you. And that all pairs up with his curveball and changeup, which, he's able to mix it up very well. Having 3 pitches and being able to dominate like he does is, it's a product of everything else that he puts together. And, yeah.
He's thrown over a little bit over 10 innings of work through the first 7 games, 2 wins, and going out there and doing the job, an ERA of 3.38. So that shows you he's in control. He's ready to attack the hitters. And Andrew, when you have that kind of pitcher that likes to work fast, as a defender playing behind that right-hander, what does it do for the confidence of the team?
Oh, it keeps you engaged throughout the whole game. So your confidence, you're not even really worried about it because it's always there. Your pitcher's going to bring the heat on the mound, and he's going to be working fast. And behind, you don't have to sit there for very long. You don't have to think about whatever else is going on in the game. You can really just focus on the present moment throughout the game, and you can really just focus on yourself and play better. Play to have fun as well.
And this week, fellas, so you haven't played in a week, the build-up to this game, what's been the buzz like in the dugout about facing Phoenix College? Look, this rivalry extends decades, and here's this team in the heart of downtown Phoenix, trekking all the way to the East Valley. What's been the buzz like, the talk about this rivalry and this first matchup of the year?
Yeah, I mean, you said it there. These Coyotes see this game as the biggest rivalry of the entire season. And every time they play PC, like that's, it's not to say it's like their Super Bowl, but, it means a little bit more. It carries a little bit more weight. And, we're not, they weren't discrediting Phoenix College at all, but, we definitely think we have their number this year and that we're the better squad.
So the Coyotes come in with a veteran pitching staff, and on the other side for Scott Schneider and the Phoenix College Bears, a very young squad, a lot of freshmen getting the opportunity to get on the diamond and get some work in, and a team with a preseason ranking of number 11 nationally. And Andrew, when you have that kind of cachet coming in, and if you're Chandler-Gilbert, you're going up against the squad and you're not getting the preseason love of Phoenix College, and they got that ranking, how much more incentive is that when you face them on the diamond?
Oh, well, that means we're basically the underdogs, and hate it or love it, the underdogs on top. So we take that with a grain of salt, and we really look to that just amplifies the moment and it amplifies the season as we're coming in, and it just gets us even more excited, and it just makes us that much more confident because we're ready to do damage and we know what we're capable of.
And when we talk about this Chandler-Gilbert lineup, and fellas, so far the batting average through 7 games, .310, 60 runs knocked in, on base percentage of .439, slugging percentage of .411. And look, we have so many players hitting over 300. Tate Lewis, Seth Moore, Matthew Diamato, Ryder Hancock, Ben Hashizaki, Keegan Roden, Justin George, and Easton Bryant, Camden Plew, Blake Tigas, and leading the charge is Dante Turgeon, hitting a robust .571. And I'm kind of disappointed that he wasn't over 600. Yeah. So, Adam, let's talk about Dante Turgeon and how good he's been to start.
Oh my goodness. This kid wasted no time finding his footing with the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes. I mean, his first at-bat was a double scorched into the left center gap. And, you know, he showed that was not a fluke at all. He's been a monster this season for the Yotes.
And, Andrew, as you look at the Coyotes and the amount of 300 hitters in the lineup, what does that say about the talent level on this squad, 1 through 9, having the ability to produce at the dish?
Well, it just shows that we're prepared and we've been working every day at practice since the beginning of the school year. And even before that for many of these kids. So they've had this day on their mind for many months now, and they're just looking to deliver and really provide for the fans and give them experience, because we've all been waiting for this moment, and we're excited to be here, and we're ready to unleash what we were capable of.
No pun intended, but the Coyotes are ready to unleash the Andrew Fury. So needless to say, the squad's about to hit the diamond right now, and here we go, and we are seconds away from league play between the Coyotes and the Bears. And the Bears coming across town from downtown Phoenix, a squad with deep tradition, just like the Coyotes, two teams that, look, once again, the names, the numbers, they change every year, but there's bragging rights because, Adam, safe to say, in a lot of these teams across the valley at the JUCO level, in a lot of cases, a lot of these players have faced each other, whether they've been teammates or they face each other on the high school circuit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know a good handful of guys on PC, and, you know, it's unfortunate that I'm not able to play right now, but, you know, I can speak for some other players too. There's a lot of, like, you know, past players, past teammates, and, you know, this game isn't necessarily bad blood. It's more of like I'm better than you type of thing. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at today, as Andrew Yusupchuk warming up on the mound and ready to get to work.
Yeah, Yusupchuk on the mound, getting his warm-ups with Keegan Roden, and Roden has been a pleasant surprise at the dish. And we all know what a great catcher he is and has such a tremendous presence calling a game and being that field general behind the dish, but hitting 400 as well and really making his presence felt. So here we go, the Bears, top of the first with Casey Wayne, followed by Bryson Tambone. And in the 3-hole is Jake Willerup, and the fans are starting to filter in. And we have to come up at some point, fellas, a nickname for this stadium. The Coyotes Den, we have to figure out something, right?
We'll get there for sure, Joe.
So Yusupchuk winds and delivers, and fastball misses on the inside part of the plate for ball one. And Yusupchuk wasting no time, right back at it this time, dials up a fastball in the heart of the plate. Yusupchuk working quickly, comes back with a bender, and that hits the outside part of the plate for strike two. And Adam, once again, we talked about the pace and the young man on the mound wasting no time.
And, oh man, that was a nasty slider from Yusupchuk as he's playing his game right now.
Yusupchuk,
there it is,
with the beautiful bender on the inside part of the plate. A 4-pitch at bat for Casey Wayne as he walks back to the bench, and stepping in is the center fielder, Bryson Tambone. Tambone getting his first look at Yusupchuk. And that's a fastball busted over the heart of the plate for strike one. Yusupchuk, and this one is skied high. Going back is the shortstop. And Camden Plew secures it for out number two. So A handful of pitches, and Coach Watson and that dugout loves what they see. 2 quick outs by their right-hander on the mound. Stepping in, the right fielder, Jake Willerup. Yusupchuk fires a first pitch fastball, and right out of the gates, the young man in control of the arsenal. Wind up and delivery. Big slow curve, and this one's lifted to center. Going back is Hashizaki, and he is there, and that will do it for the top of the first. No runs, no hits. Coyotes ready to swing the sticks in the bottom of the first in the conference opener between the Coyotes and the Bears. And we go to the bottom of the first. The Coyotes getting their first look at right-hander Robbie Butension. Butension will try to attack that starting lineup of the Coyotes, led by center fielder Ben Hashizaki in the 2-hole. Jamison Armstrong, and batting third, the shortstop, Camden Plew. And Adam, no question, nice to have Hashizaki back. He jammed his wrist a couple games back. Coach Watson gave him a little time off to heal up, and no question the spark plug of this Coyotes lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Hashizaki, that kid is just electric. And he's looking to start off this game with something, you know, of order,
Hashizaki.
of his typical behavior.
Yes, he can do it so many different ways. Speed, lethal on the base path, can play small ball, can hit the ball anywhere at any point of the park. He steps in, off to a good start, hitting .375. Butension, first pitch. That's a fastball busted in the outside part of the plate for strike one. This one just underway, fans filtering in. No heavy blankets, but we do have some jackets tonight. Still a little chilly for us Arizonans. And Butension fires another fastball on the outside part of the plate. A little movement on that.
Yeah, that was a little bit nasty, and that was clocked at 92 as well, so that must be hard to see for Hashizaki as this game gets underway.
And that's a nasty bender by Butension, fouled off, and Hashizaki stays alive. 0-2 count. Bears went scoreless in the top half. Now Coyotes swinging the sticks in the bottom frame. Butension winds and delivers. That one busted inside part of the plate, and Butension walked off. He wanted that one. Just misses inside.
Yeah, there's that sharp eye of Hashizaki. And, you know, another thing, I feel like his .375 batting average doesn't do him justice, you know, because he's always walking and getting on base somehow, as he isn't able to get on there, and he'll be retired for the first out of the bottom of the first.
And stepping in is Jamison Armstrong, and it's very rare that you see Ben Hashizaki going down, and in some cases, maybe even a little fooled in that at bat, but give Butension some credit. Starts off the game in a nice fashion. And Armstrong, first pitch, takes it outside for ball one.
Yeah, we got to remember, Joe, that this game is just as important to Phoenix College as it is Coyotes today. So they're looking to bring it just as much as we are.
Butension winds and delivers, fouled off, and that evens the count. Phoenix College with a preseason ranking of number 11. They've got all eyes looking on them. And, of course, this conference, top to bottom, so tough. And Armstrong takes for ball 2. Coyotes started 0-6 in league play last year. Talking to Coach Watson, they remember it. Something they talked about was to get off to a fast start, and he feels the pitching staff's there, veterans in the heart of the lineup, that this year will be different. Count goes to 3-1 on Armstrong. Butension. And that misses outside, so Armstrong showing the patience at the dish. And the first base runner of the game, and stepping in is Camden Plew, and Plew off to a great start. 438. And Adam, when a player like Camden Plew so far through 7 games, his philosophy, see ball, hit ball, and he's been doing a good job of that.
Yeah, and the times that Chandler-Gilbert has needed him most, he's come through to shine, as that bender's going to be in there for the first strike of the count. And yeah, Plew he's just been there. He's been a wall on defense as well, and he's definitely been a driving factor in the Yodi success so far this season.
Butension locking in on his catcher, Cole Snido. 0-1 count. Throw over, and he's got him. Looked like he had him. Early call by me, but Armstrong gets back in. And that Bears bench wanted the call, and that was very, very close.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought he was in there by a mile.
Yeah, not even close.
yeah, that's one that the Yodis will take happily, that call.
To the grave.
Yeah.
So Butension, 0-1 pitch, comes back with a bender, has Plew ducking out on that one.
A slider making a lot of appearances already.
Butension with the quick 0-2 count on Plew. On deck is the red-hot Dante Turgeon. 0-2 pitch comes right back, this time high for ball 1. Armstrong, good speed on the base path. Umpire walking over and having a conversation with Butension. And the Bears giving Plew that right side. If he pokes one, he's walking to first base. 1-2 count. Armstrong at first. Runners going. Throw down, and Armstrong beats it.
And they are going to call that Camden Plew walked in front of the catcher as he was making his throw. Therefore, obstruction, and J-Mo, although reaching safely on the steal, will also be called out.
So obstruction by the Coyotes will end on the double play after 1. No score. We go to the second. Live from Chandler-Gilbert Community College. We go to the top of the second, and stepping in for the Phoenix College Bears is the DH, Elias Fiddler. This Bears team through 7 games, batting average of .264, on base percentage of .412. Yusupchuk, little slow bender, hits the outside part of the plate for strike 1. And Yusupchuk moving quickly as Fiddler could not get the bunt down. And it goes to 0-2 just like that. Wind up and delivery. And that one gets away from Keegan Roden, and Elias gets on the strikeout. And that's quality heads up base running by Elias. Swinging and missing, knowing the ball got away and hustling down.
And if I had a microphone in Andrew Yusupchuk's head right now, he'd be telling himself, hey, looks like I'll have a chance for 4 strikeouts this inning.
And that's the way you got to brush it off. Chris Billings steps in that 5th hole with a runner on. Billings hitting .278 on the year. This Phoenix College team talking to Coach Schneider. A lot of young guns in that lineup. They have to learn some patience at the plate as Billings with a big cut comes up empty. Yusupchuk working quickly. Elias trying to make some noise on the base path. That one taken outside. Coyotes playing Billings straight away. Wind up and delivery. And that busts the outside part of the plate. Two count on Chris Billings. Runners going, big slow curve, that's gonna miss. The throw down, and Elias takes it in. And the Bears growling with a runner in scoring position in the top of the 2nd. And Adam and Andrew, walk me through that. Anytime you have a slow bender, sets up well for the base runner to take the extra bag.
Yeah, as a catcher, it's pretty hard for to throw a runner out on a off-speed pitch because it comes in slower, and whenever it's high like that, it really just brings you out of your position. You don't get as much force on the ball.
And a great play by Yusupchuk on the one hopper. Feels his position like a jungle cat, snares it, and the put out at first base for out number 1. And Adam, you've been in that situation. Talk about Yusupchuk just handling that like a champ on the mound.
Yeah, good composure as well. Sometimes you'll see pitchers like maybe freak out a little bit when they have a runner going behind them, but Andrew, you know, he's got that veteran aspect, and he knows what play to make there.
Kyle Casado stepping in. And nice slow bender by Yusupchuk. Looked like he took us something off even more quickly. Strike 1 on Casados.
Yeah, last inning I believe every first pitch was a fastball, and this inning he's really leaning into that pitching aspect of his game and pitching backwards, as that one is going to miss low and inside for ball 1.
Casados struggling early, hitting .214. And this one blown right by him. Quickly, a 1-2 count. Runner at third base. Elias Fiddler got on in a strikeout. Ball got away from Keegan Roden. 1-2 pitch, and blows the gas past Casados for the 2nd strikeout of the inning. And stepping in is the catcher, Cole Snido. Snido stepping in, hitting .286. And Yusupchuk trying to work his way out of this. First pitch, blowing him away on the outside part of the plate.
90 again there for Yusupchuk. And I know he's got a little bit more in the tank too, so to be seeing this early is a great sign from him.
And this one, little flare to shortstop, and Camden Plough brings it in. No runs, no hits, 1 stranded. Coyotes coming to bat here in the bottom of the 2nd with no score. So we go to the bottom of the second, and stepping in, not just red hot, not just simmering, but the nuclear, Dante Turgeon. And Dante hitting a robust 571 out of the gates, 13 hits and 21 at bats. And needs to say, he is seeing the ball and he's being the ball in such the big way. And he gets his first look at Robbie Butension. A couple strikeouts in the first. Butension going to work. And blisters a fastball right over the heart of the plate for strike one. And Butension shakes off Snido, gets the sign, locks in, comes back with a bender, and Turgeon follows that one off, and it quickly goes to 0-2.
Yeah, Butension is looking pretty sharp tonight, too. I don't want to speak too early, but we might have a bit of a pitcher's duel on our hands here tonight.
0-2 count on Turgeon. Bender misses on the outer part of the plate. And Andrew, when you're a hitter like Dante Turgeon in such a good rhythm right now, how exciting is it to go to the box every time?
Oh, you feel like you're invincible when you're in there. If your mind's right, you can just step in there. Really, it doesn't matter which pitcher you're facing. You're looking to get a hit because you're just going to follow your own approach.
So Turgeon fouls one off to stay alive. 0-2 count. Butension winding and delivering. Slow bender, and that locks up Turgeon for the first out here in the bottom of the second. And give credit where credit is due. Turgeon hitting the fastball, and that bender is a beaut. Stepping in, the DH, Tate Lewis.
Tate Lewis has been another hitter that's just really been on fire so far this season.
And Lewis skies one down the right field line, giving chase, and it's out of play. Lewis stepping in, hitting .313. Definitely packs that punch in the middle lineup. Power to all fields. And Robbie Butension quickly gets ahead in the count. Bears playing Tate Lewis straight away. Butension winds and delivers. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, fouled off. Quickly goes to 0-2. Butension working quickly, finding the outer part with the bender, and hitting the fastball on the inner and outer parts of the plate.
Yeah, that fastball inside to slider outside has been a nasty combo from him tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw it again here.
Ooh. Oh, man, he's really just doing his thing right now.
And fellas, all I have to say about that bender is one word: mercy.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want to see it.
No, that pitch it looks disgusting from up here, and Butension is dropping his arm slot a little when he throws that thing, and he's able to really whip all the way around it. So although he's dropping his arm slot, I'm sure that pitch is just a nightmare for the hitters right now.
Stepping in, Ryder Hancock coming into this one.
And Ryder's one of the hitters on the team that has that surprising power. We've seen a big hit from him already this year.
Hancock, roller to the right side, and that is put away by Lizarraga, and that will do it for the Coyotes in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, none left on. We go to the third, scoreless from Chandler-Gilbert. So we go to the top of the third. Bears coming up at the dish. Alan Rosas, followed by Isaac Lizarraga. Then the top of the order with left fielder Casey Wayne. Andrew Yusupchuk going into his third inning of the work. So far, spotless. No hits allowed. With 3 strikeouts. First pitch taken high for ball 1 by Rosas. So both pitchers coming out, setting the tone, finding the zone, working quickly, and Rosas swings through that pitch, and it goes to 1-1.
The pitchers are proving their command on their pitches early on in this game, and it's really impressive to see. And I'm excited to see how the game carries on, especially if they keep continuing to pitch at their own pace like they are.
Yusupchuk, 1-1 count. Fires, slow roller, bounced out of play. Quickly goes to 1-2. And Adam, in a game like this, if it's early, a lot can happen still. At some point, there will be some adversity faced by one of the pitchers. But if it is a pitcher's duel, small ball might be a factor in this one later.
Yeah, we might start seeing the small ball come out here pretty soon because both pitchers are looking sharp here tonight. And Andrew Yusupchuk dealing the 1-2. Not going to get the call on that high fastball. Ooh, up to 92. And Andrew's bringing it tonight, man.
Bringing the heat.
Rosas, 2-2 count. Yusupchuk fires, misses with the bender inside, and it goes to 3-2. Lizarraga, the second baseman on deck. 3-2 pitch. Fastball taken inside, and Rosas, in his first at-bat of the season, lays off, shows the patience, and the Bears with the leadoff batter on here in the third.
Yeah, those were some impressive takes because Yusupchuk is right around the zone tonight. As that ball is bunted straight back to him, he's going to make the play at first, and that'll leave him with a runner on second, as coming up to the dish is number 27.
Looks like the coach is going to call time and try to argue that that was a foul ball, bunted off the foot of the second baseman for Phoenix College. Let's see if the umpire agrees and saw what the coach had seen. Looks like he does not, so that's going to be an out. The call on the field stands. Andrew Yusupchuk has 1 out to start the inning. I'm just going to call him Chuck. It's easier for me, sorry.
So Lizarraga does his job with a sacrifice bunt, moving Rosas to second base, and Wayne takes low for ball 1.
Had to be a makeup call.
Maybe. might have been a makeup call, perhaps.
They want to say it, but man.
Yeah.
Yusupchuk working quickly. Fastball grounded to Camden Plew, and Plew can't handle it. And coming in to score is Rosas, and a tough play that ate up Camden Plew, and the Bears get on the board here in the third.
Yeah.
And Adam, that's one of those plays. Maybe it took a bad hop. Maybe Plew didn't take a good angle, didn't charge it, waited back too long, but ball ate him up a little bit.
Yeah, it did. That ball was smoked, and it took a hop onto his thigh, I believe. And PC draws first blood here.
You know, Joe, like you mentioned earlier, the small ball could become a factor in this game, and it looks like Phoenix College is the first one to jump on that, and they're starting to use it, and it ended up earning them a run. So let's see if the Coyotes can really defend against that.
So Rosas started the inning with a walk, fouled off straight back to us. Lizarraga with the perfect sack bunt. Casey Wayne smokes one to short. Plew cannot make it. The run comes in, and the Bears with a 1-0 lead. And we have the Adam Perry fan club right there to our right. And at some point, if the fan base needs to get your autograph and I need to get out of the way, just let me know.
Yeah, I mean, it might happen one of these days here soon. I've been practicing in my room. So, you know, when that day comes, I'll be ready. As the runner takes off, throw from Keegan, not in time. And once again, Yusupchuk finding himself in this inning with a runner on second.
Bryson Tambone at the dish with an opportunity. Tambone hitting .248. Flied out to short his first time up. Yusupchuk working. This one fouled straight back. So give the Bears credit. When I had a chance to talk to Scott Schneider, talked about his team getting off to a slow start offensively. He said, look, we got some young kids. They have to be learning how to be a little more patient at the plate and take some pitches. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with manufacturing that first run of the game like they have. Yusupchuk throws back, trying to keep the runner close. Good night for baseball. Yeah, we've got some winter jackets out here. We've got some snow caps as well, but nothing like it was a couple weeks ago. And Yusupchuk missing high on the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, I hope we don't speak too soon about the temperature because it's 7:30, I mean, apologies, 6:30, and we got a lot of baseball left.
Yusupchuk. Tambone at the dish. Fastball, throw down by Keegan Roden.
Yes,
Roden
sir.
guns down the runner. Keegan with the cannon, and that'll do it for the top of the third, but the Bears small ball their way to the first run of the game. Here come the Coyotes swinging the sticks in the bottom of the third. So we go to the bottom of the third with the Coyotes chasing the game, trailing the Bears 1-0, stepping into the dish. Ethan Hatch, followed by Keegan Roden and Amir McGee. And once again, let's give out a shout out to the Fighting McGees in Philadelphia. Had a chance to talk to Amir before the game, and I said, Amir, how's the family like the shout outs? And he says they absolutely love it. So for Amir and all the Philly fans, and of course the Eagles are here for the Super Bowl against the Chiefs at State Farm Stadium right here in Glendale on Sunday. Of course, this week, a very busy week here in the Valley. You have the Waste Management Open, the Super Bowl, and of course, the league opener for Chandler-Gilbert baseball taking on Phoenix College as Ethan Hatch takes slow for ball one. Butension comes right back, and this one is skied to the right side. The first baseman is there, and Chris Billings is under it for the first out of the inning. Stepping in is Keegan Roden, and Roden, as we talked about in the top of the telecast, has been a pleasant surprise at the dish, hitting .400. We know what a great catcher he is, as we saw him gun down the runner in the top half of the third, but a pleasant surprise at the dish, a dual threat. Butension fires the gas right past Roden for strike one.
You know, Joe, you mentioned that Keegan's a dual threat, and this day and age, catchers are, a lot of organizations are looking for catchers that are primarily just really good at defense. So being able to hit is a huge plus, and that's a great asset for a catcher. As that ball gets away from the catcher for Phoenix College.
And Andrew, you kind of touched on that. I mean, if it's not the pitcher, who is undoubtedly the most important player on the field, it's the catcher who's calling the game. And Andrew, you've caught so many games, and just talk about the importance of that catcher being on point with this pitcher and having command behind the dish.
You know, the catcher, just like the pitcher, is a part of every pitch in every game. So it's important for him to remain focused throughout the whole course of the game and to keep his morale up, because he is the leader of the team, and his momentum carries on with the team as well.
And Butension wanted that. He was stepping off, trying to steal one.
Yeah.
Catcher as well got pretty excited. He stepped in front of the plate, ready to throw it down to third.
Yeah.
Maybe a sell there.
Yeah.
From them.
Butension did not win the Oscar for Best Actor on that one. But he's setting up on that outside part of the plate yet again, trying to get Roden to chase, and he does not. So Keegan Roden showing his toughness in this at bat. Coyotes still looking for their first hit in this one. This one worked down the right field line. And this one is dropping in, and Keegan Roden on his giddy up, on his way to second, and stands up with a one-out double.
Keegan with the first hit of the day for the Coyotes. The dual threat Killer Keegs gets it done early. Love to see that from him.
We talked about Keegan Roden coming into this one red hot, hitting 400, and keeps up his hot play at the dish, takes it the other way, drops it down the right field line, and the Coyotes making some noise here in the bottom of the third.
Joe, I got to give you your flowers on that one. You mentioned getting the first hit for the Yotes tonight about 5 seconds before he laid the barrel on that one.
Good call there, Joe.
Good call,
we love
Joe.
it. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
Thank you. And stepping in is the fighting Philly himself, Amir McGee. All the McGees back in Philadelphia. A lot of love in our hearts for you. We appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. Amir stepping in. Runner at second base with an opportunity. Amir takes a bender and swings right through it.
That was a good aggressive hack early. He's got a runner in scoring position. He's looking to bring him across and even up this ball game.
McGee with great speed. If he dropped one down, could potentially walk to first. Butension facing his first bit of adversity in this one as he chases the runner back.
Yeah, Dev, though, quick on his feet back there.
Devin the Demon
Devin,
DeVere.
yeah, Devin the Demon.
McGee hitting 273. 0-1 count. Butension winds and delivers and misses on the outside part of the plate. Even Steven at one apiece. Bears playing McGee straight away. Second baseman trying to keep the runner close. That right side wide open. McGee, 1-1 pitch. Lays down the bunt. Butension feels it perfectly, throws a strike over to first base. But Amir does his job on the sacrifice. The runner moves to third. And stepping in, Ben Hashisaki with an opportunity. And it's very rare that you see Ben Hashisaki fooled. First time up, a little fooled at the dish, struck out.
Looks like we're going to have another hitter stepping in here,
that's
Joe.
Seth Moore up there.
Don't know what happened with Hosh.
Yeah, maybe Hosh. I don't know, but
he could be having to tend to his wrist for sure.
Yeah, that's what Waddy just came to talk to the umpire about, was that substitution. And hopefully Hashizaki is okay. I know we have his Canada family watching over there, so big shout out to them, showing support.
Yeah, so in the box, instead of Hosh, is going to be Seth Moore, number 21. And he can play almost anywhere on the field, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came in for Hosh on defense as well.
Seth Moore hitting 333, the basher from Chandler High, and fouls one off, and it quickly goes to 0-2. So we have to wonder about the health status of Ben Hashisaki, maybe re-injured that wrist in that first at bat. So maybe a slight twinge, needless to say. Moore with an opportunity against Butension. This one fouled off. 0-2 count on Seth Moore. And look, Seth Moore will not get cheated at the plate ever. If he's going down swinging, and he's going down with a fury of a swing.
Yeah. Fury. Yeah, Seth Moore is not an easy put away. 0-2 on the way, and that slider is yanked by Butension.
Yeah, he's proven his patience with the runner in scoring position. He wants to get something good here, something he can definitely hit to the outfield, possibly to keep the momentum going throughout this inning, especially with someone as dangerous as J-Mo on deck.
1-2 count on Seth Moore. Butension, fastball, and that misses on the outer part of the plate, and Butension wanted that. Gives a peek into the umpire and walks it off. And Adam, you've been in that situation. Sometimes you want that call and you don't get it, and you got to like regroup the emotions.
Yeah, Butension letting a little emotion leak there, which you never want to do, as that slider on the inside part of the plate is going to be called a strike, and Seth Moore will go down for the 3rd out of the inning. And after 3, your Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes trail the PC Bears 0-1.
We go to the top of the 4th with the Bears with a 1-0 lead, and stepping in, the center fielder, Bryson Tambone. Popped to short his first time up. Yusupchuk, big slow bender, taken for strike 1. Yusupchuk wasting no time, misses low, evens the count at 1 apiece. Give the Bears some credit in that 3rd, manufacturing a run. This one scorched to right field, and it'll take it on the 1 hop, and it gets away from the right fielder, Ryder Hancock, and on his horse is Tambone, and Tambone races into 3rd base. And Ryder Hancock misjudged the liner that took the wicked hop away from him, and give it a single and a 2-base error. And the Bears making some more noise here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, it looked like Ryder was maybe looking to make a throw to first on that, trying to cheat up on it a little bit, and unfortunately that one stings a little bit, as the leadoff batter of the inning is already on 3rd base, and Yucky Chuck missing with that slider outside.
Stepping in the box, Jake Willerup, pop to center, his first time up.
Chuck looking like nothing really even fazed him there. He's coming back, he's still throwing hard, attacking the hitters, and he's he continues to pitch at his own pace, which has been his most incredible factor. And there is the off-speed pitch from him, slider. It's gonna miss the bat, go foul. Let's see if Chuck can really minimize the bad situation that he's kind of been thrown into.
Yusupchuk trying to put Willerup down. Fastball misses on the outside part of the plate. On deck, Elias Fiddler. Cade his first time up. And give credit, Willerup just hacks at it to stay alive. In a game like this, both pitchers dialed in. Every run matters. Big bender misses on the inside part of the plate. And Willerup trying to get away with one, saying
Trying to steal one.
that it snared his uniform. The umpire said, "Get back in the box."
Yeah,
that
one
time
does get him.
That time it hits off his left shoulder.
And Willerup will be called out as the umpire is claiming that he leaned into that one. And the coach coming to dispute that for PC. But asking you shall receive. No.
So Willerup is going back to the bench. So stepping in is Elias Fiddler. And that it was a big out for Yusupchuk. Willerup tried to steal that first call, did not get it, went back in, maybe put the elbow in, and the home plate umpire said, "You're had enough for this at bat."
Yeah, that's something I understand, though. Every single runner matters in this game. These games always end up being nail biters, within a run. So, what Jake did there, I can understand.
2-0 count on Fiddler. Fastball on the outer part of the plate.
Chuck working his way back in this count. He's really trying not to let that runner on third distract him at all. He's just really trying to attack the hitter here.
Working
Hopefully get a
quickly.
strikeout.
Misses way outside. And it goes to 3-1. On deck, Chris Billings. 3-1 pitch. This one skied out of play.
Chuck is so poised up there. I mean, even with a runner on third, he's taking like maximum 5-6 seconds in between pitches. And 3-2, big situation here for Chuck as he deals. And that ball is grounded to second base. J-Mo making the throw over to first. And the runner will score as Phoenix College extends their lead 2-0.
And Andrew, talk about the play by Armstrong. Moving to his right, took the hop, and made the play.
Yeah, no, J-Mo, he made an already spectacular play this season. That one's really nothing. Whoa, that went right by us. Yeah, but anyways, J-Mo shows off the range any time that he can. He's been over at short already this season. He made a spectacular play over there. So he's really just, anywhere you put him on the field, he's going to show off his glove.
Billings fouls the first two out of play. On the first one, I'm kind of disappointed that Andrew Fury did not make the attempt to show his Gold Glove ability. He can't do two things at once, ladies and gentlemen.
Oof.
Meanwhile,
Chuck can, though.
Yusupchuk fires Chris Billings out. But once again, the Bears get on the board. 1 run, 1 hit. And the Bears with a 2-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the fourth. So we go to the bottom of the fourth, and stepping in, Jamison Armstrong. walked his first time up, followed by Camden Plew and Dante Turgeon. 2, 3, 4 hitters taking their aim at Robbie Butension. And Butension has been strong. Fastball misses on the outer part of the dish for ball 1.
Yeah, that thing had some nasty two-seam run to it. And that's really driven from his arm slot, as both pitches will move opposite directions. As J-Mo flares that one into shallow right field, and going to do his job as the leadoff hitter, reaching first on a single, hopefully starting a Yotes rally here.
Great job by Armstrong, taking the fastball on the outer part of the plate, just dumps it with a nice soft swing to right center. And now, Andrew, the heart of the order coming up with Camden Plew and Dante Turgeon.
Oh yeah, Camden Plew, he's exciting to see, and especially following someone that's hitting the ball well.
And Armstrong on his giddy up goes back on the hit and run. Plew struck out his first time up.
Yeah, he fell victim to the Phoenix College pitcher tonight early, who has proven to be dominant, but J-Mo looking to show a little bit of success. Let's see if Plew can follow.
J-Mo with a short lead at first base. 0-1 count on Camden Plew, and Butension walks off. And the umpire probably giving Butension a little bit of a warning.
And the home plate umpire giving a bit of a warning to the Phoenix College dugout as well.
So tensions and chirping a little bit on both sides. And part of our great broadcast crew, as Camden Plew fouls that one off, is Nate Ortiz, the middle infielder, who's also part of the Chandler-Gilbert broadcast team. And at some point we'll get Nate on as well. And he gave us a status report on Ben Hashisaki. And Adam, what did Nate find out for us?
Yeah, so it seems that Ben sprained his wrist last week, and it seemed to flare up on him. So I think he'll be done for tonight, which is a pretty big blow for the Coyotes. But Seth Moore, as you know, absolutely a guy to be able to fill his role. So the Yotes are in good hands.
So Coach Watson might have to rearrange that starting lineup for tomorrow's game at Phoenix College. Now a 2-1 count on Camden Plew, and that one plunks Plew. That bender misses high and tight. And now Robbie Butension facing some adversity with runners at second and first. And Mr. Lumber stepping in, Dante Turgeon, coming into this game hitting .513. And I might have discredited him that. I shedded some points off that average. It was actually .571. Look, at the University of South Florida, I did not major in math, okay? I was a journalism major. So numbers and those kind of things never added up in my book. But needs to say, Turgeon with an opportunity with runners at second and first with no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And Butension comes back and with the first pitch strike to get ahead in the count. Opportunity for the Coyotes, trailing 2-0, making some noise in the home half of the fourth. Turgeon, and that one misses way outside, and Butension giving his catcher a workout on that fastball.
Yeah, something to note there. I think that was probably the longest time in between pitches so far tonight for Butension. It seems like the pressure from Chandler-Gilbert is perhaps slowing down his game a little bit, and the Yotes might have something starting here in the bottom of the fourth.
On deck is Tate Lewis as Turgeon. Bears giving him that right side.
And no out still.
And this bender bounced to second base. Tossed to short for one, the throw over. And give credit to Turgeon for beating it out. So runners at the corners with one out, and stepping in is Tate Lewis.
Quick little break in the action here. Head coach Schneider for the Phoenix College Bears is giving a conversation to the field umpire now. Perhaps didn't agree with that call at first. And he's asking to review it with the home plate umpire.
So we've got runners at the corners as the umpires discuss the previous play, and Scott Schneider doesn't get the call at least yet, and stepping into the dish is Tate Lewis with an opportunity. Bears with 1 in the third and 1 in the fourth. Manufactured a run in the third, then in the fourth, Bryson Tambone with the single to right, misplayed in right field by Ryder Hancock, went to third base and eventually came home on a 4-3 Elias Fiddler putout.
And Ryder Hancock on deck right now, looking to perhaps rectify his blunder in the top of the fourth. And I know he's good for it. This kid has heart, and I'm sure he shook that play off 10, 15 minutes ago. So hopefully he can continue the rally here that the Yotes have started. And it all began with J-Mo. Oh. And it seems that Dante Turgeon, after a long conference between the field and home umpire, will be ruled out. And John Watson now having a word with the umpires.
So, Andrew, on that situation, let's reflect on what we saw. Was that a situation where Camden Plew came in high, obstructed the field vision of the shortstop to make the throw? What did you see on that play?
You know, I can't be quite on. To me, it looked normal. You know, like I don't agree with the call that the umpires are making here, and I would have to agree with Coach Watson. Whatever he's saying is something I would be saying as well, because I didn't see any obstruction at all from Camden on that play.
I look at that situation, fellas. It's a very routine play, okay? The runner is not going in hard at the shortstop, didn't take him out, and the throw was made over in plenty of time, and Turgeon beat it out. So
Yeah.
that's two folds. Give Scott Schneider, a veteran coach who's played Major League Baseball, an assistant in the Milwaukee Brewers organization a long time, seeing something different, finding a way to get a different perspective on the play and getting into the mindset of the umpires and changing their viewpoint on it. So needs to say.
Oh, and the runner on third is now being drawn back to second. That's J-Mo. And wow, some boos here from the crowd.
And they are keeping. Okay, so now I'm completely at a loss, because look, if you're going to call the double play, fine, but the runner should move to third base. And right there, that's a tough situation for the Coyotes to accept, because a pass ball takes a run off the board. So needless to say, a lot of drama as Armstrong goes back to second base, and stepping in is Tate Lewis with a long, drawn-out double play.
Yeah, the Yotes, I mean, that's an absolute momentum killer for the Yotes. They were just on, they were just in a situation with runners on first and third with no outs, and next thing you know, runners back on second, and there's 2 outs on the board as a fastball sneaks in there for a strike. And, you know, Tate Lewis, I'm sure, is still looking to extend the rally, so don't chalk this inning up as over quite yet.
Lewis Cade, his first time up, as the Coyotes get another look at Robbie Butension in the second round of the lineup. And Butension has faced some adversity, but the young man is really rising to the occasion. Ahead on the count, Armstrong at second. The second baseman shaded over to keep Armstrong close. Armstrong, great speed. Slider misses on the outer part of the plate. On deck, Ryder Hancock would love a chance at redemption. making up for that error in the top half, which allowed a run to get in. Butension looks the runner back. 2-2 pitch. Big bender, and that's gonna lock up Tate Lewis. And give credit to Butension. Started the inning with a single and little drama along the way. A reverse call by the umpires kills a potential big inning for the Coyotes. So 1 run, actually no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. We go to the 5th with the Bears leading 2-0. So we go to the top of the 5th, and stepping in, Cole Snido. And this one is sky to right field. Going back is Ryder Hancock, and Hancock is there for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Can't dial it up any better. Coming to the dish, Alan Rosas, his first time up, walked and scored on a manufactured run by the Bears in the 3rd inning. And what's a heartbreaking situation, Adam and Andrew, is that in that walk for Rosas, that was his first plate appearance of the season.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lower half of the order, and the one of the do's and don'ts, and that was a don't by Yusupchuk, walking the 8th batter in the lineup.
Yeah, especially someone that hasn't seen a pitcher all season long. You just really want to go and attack them, really challenge them, and make them beat you.
Yusupchuk working, slow roller to the left side. Camden Plew up and gunning. Nice 6-3 put out for the 2nd out of the inning. Isaac Lizarraga stepping in. Lizarraga, a good plate appearance, sack bunt that moved Rosas to second base, and part of that first run that was manufactured as he gets quick little talk by head coach Scott Schneider. No question, Yusupchuk wants Lizarraga in that box. Yusupchuk is all about pace, doesn't want to slow his pace down. And that one's taken low for ball 1. 2-0 here, Bears in the 5th. This one scorched to left, and Lizarraga takes a fastball and scorches it to left. And the Bears with some 2-out noise here in the 5th. And Adam, that was a fastball that Yusupchuk just left out over the zone.
Yeah, perhaps a mistake pitch there by Yusupchuk. Sometimes you get away with those, but that time he's going to have to pay, as there's a runner on first here for PC.
Casey Wayne stepping into the box. First pitch, fastball, misses high for ball 1. Bears, 2 runs on only 1 hit. And that one gets away, and Lizarraga Big turn at second base. Now an opportunity for Casey Wayne. Caden flew out to first his second time up. Yusupchuk trying to dial this one in. Already trailing 2-0. Bender, and that catches the heart of the plate. Bears thought that was low. Two-one count. Lizarraga at second base. Bears up 2-0.
There it is,
Bender
Chuck.
locks up Casey Wayne, and Wayne doesn't like the call as he heads back to the dugout. And that will do it. Yusupchuk flirts with danger, gets out of it. Coyotes coming to the plate, trailing 2-0 in the fifth. So we go to the bottom of the fifth, and a pitching change for the Bears. Lefty Presley Monteforti checks in. 5 innings of work so far this season. Scoreless out of the pen, and looking to jumpstart the Coyotes in the home half of the fifth is Ryder Hancock, who grounded out to second in the second inning. Lefty versus lefty. Hancock showing bunt, fouls it off. And that closes the book on Robbie Butension. And fellas, the right-hander, 4 innings of solid work on the mound.
Yeah, no, he was very impressive. He had a nasty slider and a good two-seam that ran into the hands of hitters, and it was pretty hard to deal with. Only a few Coyotes were able to be successful. We saw hits from J-Mo as well as Killer Keegs, who's been hitting extremely well this season and is due up possibly in this inning here, batting third.
So 4 innings of work for Butension, 2 hits allowed with 5 strikeouts. Now it's Presley Monteforti, Hancock, big bender, and that one's a beaut. Quickly goes to 1-2.
Now the Coyotes have a good slider coming in the complete opposite direction as what they've faced these past 5 innings.
That one taken way outside, and Andrew, look at the shift by the second baseman on Ryder Hancock.
Yeah.
You get the sense they want him to, that he's going to pull just a little bit here, right?
Yeah, maybe they've done their homework a little bit, it seems. But Ryder, I mean, he can hit it anywhere, I feel like.
2-2 pitch, and Ryder swings right through it for strike one. Checking in is Ethan Hatch. Pop to first, his first time up. So the Bears get a good start by Robbie Butension, and Monteforte starts the fifth in fine fashion, getting Hancock swinging. Hatch grounds it to short, almost eats up the shortstop, and the throw over, a good one. And that is gonna do it for Hatch on the great put out by Alan Rosas. Ball ate him up a little bit, stuck with it, makes the throw for the second out of the inning. Keegan Roden checks in, and Roden first time up. Good plate appearance with the two-bagger. Monteforte winds and delivers, and that bender, my goodness, that broke off the I-10 and then some.
Yeah, yeah, and Keegan definitely wasn't looking to swing at that one, but it seems that the Yotes might be struggling to adjust here to the arm on the other side, as that one has also ruled the ball. And you know, a good pitching move by Phoenix College to go from a right-hander who wings a nasty slider to a left-hander who can wing a nasty slider.
1-1 count. Roden. And that one misses outside. And make no mistake, new Phoenix College coach Scott Schneider pitched in the majors, was an assistant in the Brewers organization. He knows the game, he knows pitchers, he knows how to call a game. And that one misses way inside. Looks like Roden, the rawhide skinned him, so he's on at first base, and stepping in is Amir McGee.
And in to replace Keegan Roden on the base paths is Devin DeVera, Dev the Demon, looking to maybe steal some bases here.
Yeah, Dev's a little speedster, so let's see if he can get something manufactured for the Coyotes on the base pass. As a big bat, Amir McGee steps into the box.
McGee sacrificed his first time up. Looking for some two-out magic to give his peeps back in Philadelphia something to appreciate.
And Amir going to hold back on that high fastball. Seems like the Yotes are you know, bringing a very patient approach to this inning, as Keegan was able to draw that walk there, and Amir takes the first pitch of the at-bat.
1-0 count to McGee. Fastball misses on the outer part of the plate. On deck is Seth Moore, in for Ben Hashisaki. Kind of aggravated that sprained wrist. Two-0 count on Amir McGee. Runner at first. 2 outs here in the fifth.
And time is called. The pitcher ran out of time there.
Is that an automatic ball?
I believe so.
So
3-0 is the count.
count moves to 3-0. Amir probably not looking to swing here. Takes the inside fastball. That's going to get a runner on first and second for Seth Moore, who's stepping up to the plate now.
So great at bat by Amir McGee, and no question the time rules in baseball. Trying to speed up the game, and Monteforte just got lost in the course of his pitch count in his battle against McGee. So now Seth Moore, who's got power to all fields and with an opportunity. First pitch to Seth Moore, and blisters a fastball on the outside part of the plate for strike one. And at some point in this one, fellas, the home team has to come up with a clutch knock with 2 outs and runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
Seth Moore played his high school ball at Chandler High right down the road. Part of a team that made it to the state finals, losing to Hamilton, the crosstown rival. 0-1 count on Seth. A throw back to second base, chasing the runner back. We talked about the great weather to start. Now you can feel it a little.
It's creeping up.
A little chilly here.
Yep.
Another month, we're gonna have great baseball weather. It's gonna be fantastic baseball weather.
Couldn't come any sooner.
Monteforte winds and delivers, and Seth Moore swings right through it.
Good showing of the slider tonight. It's really impressive. That's really what's keeping the Coyote hitters off balance. We've ran into a couple unfortunate situations, but the sliders from the Phoenix College pitchers have really been keeping us on our toes.
Moore looking for some two-out magic. Fouls it off. Now he has to protect the plate. Anything close.
Yeah, it seems that it's taking the Coyote hitters maybe a pitch or two to adjust to that slider from the other side. And Seth Moore, no easy put away, is, you know, kind of, I would bet he's hoping to see that pitch again as he looks to defend the 0-2 on the way. And he sees it again, fouls it off hard.
Definitely
to the
making
right side.
small adjustments. You can see his frustration there, as I think he thought he had the pitcher all figured out. Same pitch there. He's slowly inching away towards the center of the field. He's really got to be ready for any pitch here, as they could switch it up. That pitching coach does know how to call a good game, so Seth might have to be defensive here.
Fastball inside. Seth backed off the plate.
Defensive indeed, as that one almost hit him.
And give more credit adjusting to that breaking ball on that last bender. A couple pitches go well. Still has to fight off a 2-strike count. Runners at first and second, and the bender misses in the outer part of the plate. And Moore works the count full. And a good thing the runners will be going. Contact in the gap, contact down the line, and we are even Steven at 2 apiece. Seth Moore, bottom of the 5th. Runners at second and first. The product of Chandler High. Bender on the outside part of the plate, misses.
Oh, well, it looks like the Coyotes got away with a couple bags there for free, as everyone thought the count was 3-2. Now it turns out that it's 3-2, and the Coyotes got runners in scoring position for Seth.
Moore with an opportunity. 2 ducks on the pond. It swings right through the fastball. Monteforte gets the high five, and the dugout comes out to welcome him. The Coyotes strand 2 runners at second and third. We go to the 6th with the Bears leading 2-0. And we go to the top of the 6th. Coyotes chasing the game, trailing the Bears 2-0, and stepping in for the Fighting Bears is Bryson Tambone. Flied out to short his first time up, and singled to right field and scored on the 2-base error by Ryder Hancock. Tambone swings through the bender, and Yusupchuk quickly ahead of the count. Yusufchuk comes right back and misses. And it goes even at 1 apiece. And this one, sky deep left. And this one is out of the yard. Bryson Tambone touching them all. And the Bears growling, now up 3-0 on the solo shot by Tambone.
Tambone got all of that one. Yusufchuk, though, I'm sure, looking to get right back to work. And, you know, I saw it at the start of this inning, too. His pace is still phenomenal. And just like that, he's back on the mound and delivering the 0-0. That's going to be a ball. Fastball low.
And that bender hung to Tambone, and Tambone was all over it. Puts it out in the trees in left field. And Willerup showing his patience at the dish. And this one, sky to left. Going back and under it. For the put out is Amir McGee.
Yeah, so looked like it was just a mistake pitch there from Chuck. Definitely was punished there, but he's going to keep that same pace that he's been throwing with all game.
Stepping in, Elias Fiddler, and Fiddler takes a strike. So it's very rare you see Andrew Yusufchuk miss, but that time he missed in the heart of the plate. Hung over, and Tambone was all over it, and all he can do is focus in on the next batter. Throw down by Keegan Roden for the second out of the inning. Stepping in is Chris Billings. Grounded out and struck out in the fourth. And the scoreboard not doing Yusufchuk justice. 3 runs, but one was manufactured, one was a product of a 2-base error by Ryder Hancock, and the only mistake was that one pitch to Tambone, as that one is lifted to right field for a base knock, and the Bears growling with 2 outs here in the 6th.
That home run definitely stings a bit, but you know, for a home run, that's kind of the best case scenario. Nobody on, just a solo shot, and if you're going to give up a bomb, it might as well be a massive one.
Stepping in, Kyle Casados. Casados lifts one. Coming in, the center fielder. And that will do it. But the Bears add another on a Ryan Tambone solo shot. Coyotes coming up, trailing 3-0 here in the 6th. So we go to the bottom of the 6th with Jamison Armstrong stepping in, walked his first time up, singled in the 4th, and we're getting to that point in the game. We're not at that 7-inning stretch yet, but we're getting into that 6th inning desperation time where it's time to make some things happen. And JMO with an opportunity to jumpstart the Coyotes here in the home half of the 6th. Presley Monteforte in his 2nd inning of work. The big lefty with the big dragon delivery fires a bender for strike 1.
JMO already this game has led off an inning with a base hit. Let's see if he can continue that little streak that he's been having.
Monteforte with the big delivery quickly goes to 0-2 on Armstrong. So we saw right-hander Robbie Butench with 4 quality innings of work. Monteforte in his 2nd inning of work with a quick 0-2 count on Jamison Armstrong. Big slow bender, and Armstrong swings right through it for the first out of the inning. Stepping in is Camden Plew. Struck out his first time up and hit by a pitch in the 4th.
Monteforte ran into a bit of trouble his first inning in relief, but ever since then he has looked pretty lights out. And the Coyotes need to pick up maybe a sense of urgency here, as I'm sure they are. Camden Plew awaiting the 0-0. And that's going to be a fastball inside, not called a strike. And he'll get ahead 1-0.
Monteforte also working quickly. Plew at the dish. Slow bouncer, right side. First baseman, unassisted. Quickly, 2 outs in the frame. And stepping in is Dante Turgeon. Cade, and then on that weird play in the 4th with runners at 1st and 2nd with bouncer, and the runner was called for obstruction, which killed a potential good inning for the Coyotes. Turgeon takes a strike. Fastball blistered. Second baseman shading close to 2nd on Turgeon. Monteforte tries to hit that outside part of the plate, and it goes to 1-1. So give the Bears credit. They've shown a little bit of everything. Some small ball, some lumber, and some excellent pitching. And Turgeon trying to jumpstart the Coyotes in the home half of the 6th. Now a 1-2 count. Presley Monteforte. Winding and delivering. And Turgeon just fights it off.
Yeah, that energy in the Coyote dugouts definitely died down. The fast pace of the Phoenix College pitchers have really gotten to them.
And Monteforte misses high on the outer part of the plate. And it goes to 2-2.
Yeah, the Coyotes need somebody to step up and maybe play a little bit of hero ball here and pick up some momentum back, because as Dante fouls that one off hard and to the right side, as it seems that PC, Phoenix College, the Bears, have stifled the CG hitter so far tonight.
On deck is Tate Lewis. 2-2 pitch. Presley Monteforte. And the slow bender locks up Dante Turgeon, and the lefty with a couple Ks as we head to the 7th. No runs, no hits, none left on. We head to the 7th with the Bears leading the Coyotes 3-0. And we go to the top of the 7th with Cole Snido stepping in, hitless in his 2 previous plate appearances. And Yupischuk still on the hill.
Yeah, the scoreboard will tell you 3-0 Phoenix College lead, but as that ball is grounded hard up the middle, that'll be a base hit. And oh, he's rounding first, I'm sorry, and he's gonna be in safely at second. That ball was mishandled in center field by Amir McGee. It bounced off his chest, and the runner with some heads up base running able to pick up on that and take the extra bag.
So you hate to see some of the mistakes by the Coyotes in the outfield. First, the misplay by Ryder Hancock, which turned a routine single into a runner at third, and then the misplay by McGee in center field, allowing the routine single to turn into a runner in scoring position for the Bears. And great small ball. Yupischuk throws down to first, and great work by Alan Rosas. Perfect sacrifice. Small ball, moving the runner over, and the Bears are in business with 1 out. Runner at third here in the 7th.
Yeah, as I was saying, Yusupchuk not pitching a bad game here at all, but some timely plays by Phoenix College and some small ball from them has led to them taking the 3-0 lead here. And
Isaac Lizarraga sacrificed his first time up and then smoked a single in the 5th. And this one bounced foul down that left side. Ethan Hatch giving chase. So let's not make a mistake here with Lizarraga. He showed that if you miss with the fastball, he's going to put it in play. And right now, infield in, Coyotes can't afford to give up another run. Isaac Lizarraga, Yusupchuk, that one bounced.
Good block by Keegs to finish out that strikeout. That's a big out for Chuck, as he's going to move on to 2 outs in the inning.
And stepping in is Casey Wayne. Struck out a couple times. And popped to third.
Waddy making the trip to the mound and signaling maybe over to the bullpen, or perhaps just talking to Chuck and giving him some reassurance here.
An important mound visit by John Watson, and Yusupchuk is sticking in. So he's going to battle through this 7th inning. Runner at third is Cole Snido, who led off with a base knock up the middle. Stepping in is Casey Wayne. Slow bender, and Wayne frozen for strike 1.
And Yusupchuk still up to that blistering pace
yeah.
as he bends another
that
one
one's
in.
gonna buckle the knees.
Yeah, gets the buckle there.
Back-to-back sliders.
And quickly, very quickly, 0-2 is the count as Yucky Chuck wheels and deals. That ball is grounded up the 5-6 gap, and Phoenix College, with another timely hit, is able to extend their lead. Now 4-0.
And that one was the bender, and that one just missed in the location. And give credit to Casey Wayne, waited back and just knocked it through the 5-6 hole, and that brought in Cole Snido. And the lead is now 4-0 for the Bears as John Watson steps in and hands over the rawhide, and a good hand for Andrew Yusupchuk. And we'll take a time out here as the pitching change is made. You're watching the Coyotes and Bears right here from Chandler-Gilbert on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. So a pitching change for the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes. Freshman right-hander Daniel Hutchison stepping in, a product of Chandler High. Ready to show what he can do in relief of Andrew Yusupchuk. Yusupchuk gives up 4 runs, and his time on the mound. And stepping in is Bryson Tambone. And Tambone left the yard his last time up. Took a hanger from Yusupchuk and planted out in left field by the trees. 2 outs, runners going. Roden to throw down, and runner gets in. So the Bears showing a little bit of everything tonight. Good pitching, good defense, timely hitting, small ball, and threatening here again in the 7th. Hutch, 0-1 count on Tambone. Bender misses. So Adam, give us a rundown on Daniel Hutchison on the mound.
So Hutch has he has a great mix. He has a great mix of pitches, and it starts with his fastball. Normally 88 to 91 for Hutch, and then he can mix in that changeup as he deals this fastball high and away. So yeah, fastball. He's got the nasty changeup. He's got the curveball, and he's got the slider to play off of that as well. Anytime you have a guy with a 5-pitch mix and they can run it up to 90 and above, you're looking at a dangerous guy. And Hutch absolutely is a force to be reckoned with on the mound, as that fastball is going to be high and away for ball 4.
So give Tambone some credit. Homered his last time up, took a walk, and stepping into the box is Jake Willerup, looking for his first hit of the night, and now the Bears with an opportunity to blow this one open. Base hit or a shot in the gap, and 2 runs could come in. Hutch trying to dial it in. Fastball misses in the outer part of the plate.
Hutch making competitive pitches here, just not in the zone. So let's see if he can just make a small adjustment, start getting calls to fall his way so he could really work that great mix of pitches that Perry had mentioned earlier.
1-0 count on Willerup. And chases it and helps Hutch there. And Adam, for a freshman coming out of the bullpen, it's all about controlling the emotions on the mound as well. What would you say?
Yeah, Hutch has looked really good so far this season, and he's been in a few tough situations before too. But he's already shown great composure, which hard to find in a freshman, as that ball is driven to right field, and that is Ryder Hancock making the grab out there. Jake Willerup unable to make a big play for Phoenix College there, as Phoenix College leading 4-0 as we head into the bottom of the 7th.
And we go to the bottom of the 7th, and Tate Lowe is stepping in, getting his first look at Presley Monteforte, the big fiery left-hander. Monteforte. And this one is looped to the right side, and that is tracked down by the first baseman. Good play by Chris Billings for the first out of the inning. Stepping in is Ryder Hancock. Ryder grounded out and struck out. So Monteforte starts this inning quickly and gets one pitch, one out. Hancock takes a fastball over the plate for strike one. And fellas, sometimes you have to give the other coaching staff their due, and I want to get your thoughts on what you've seen from Scott Schneider and that Phoenix Bears coaching staff on the game they've called for their pitchers tonight.
Yeah, it's really what's been the most effective thing for the Phoenix College pitchers tonight is their pitch sequencing. It's kept the Coyote hitters off balance all throughout the night, and that's something that's hard to deal with, especially since we started the game out against a right-handed pitcher who was throwing a mean sharp slider, and then you got another left-hander that can do the same, and it's coming from two different directions. That's really hard to adjust to as a hitter in the course of one game.
Hancock fouls this one off. So 2 strikes he's dealing with. And along the way, Adam, the signal's coming from that dugout, and the 2 pitchers delivering for the Bears on the mound.
Yeah, absolutely been delivering tonight as that ball is flared into right. That's going to drop for a base hit. And Ryder Hancock able to get something started here for the Yotes with the base knock. And, you know, we've been praising the slider of the Phoenix College pitchers all night. And, you know, that slider has only been as effective as it has been because of the pitch sequencing and, you know, the ability to mix in the fastball and changeup from these Phoenix College pitchers to keep the slider kind of hidden, you know, until it breaks out on our Yote hitters, and that's why they've been caught off guard.
So give Ryder Hancock a lot of credit, is that changeup on the outside part of the plate hung up a little bit, and Hancock just fought it off, knocked it into right, and now Ethan Hatch steps up, and Hatch looking for his first hit of the night. 0 for 2. 1 out, 1 on here in the 7th. Hatch at the dish. Fastball misses. Goes to 2-0. On deck is Keegan Roden.
What would really be nice here is if the Coyotes can get a run across the board, at least start chipping away at the 4-run difference that Phoenix College has over them. You don't want to have to come back too late in the game and get everything fired up at once, so it'd be nice if the dugout can get involved.
But Monteforte is trying to squelch any opportunity of a rally by throwing a fastball over the plate, giving Hatch something to think about.
Hatch looking to break out of a slight slump that he is in.
And that's a bender on the outer part of the plate and goes to 2-2. So give Monteforte a lot of credit. He falls behind 2 on the count. You think he might be slipping and fires fastball and then hits a dagger bender on the outer part of the plate.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of fight in him. He's looking to take charge of this inning, not let anything slip through his fingers. Looking to deal here.
2-2 count on Ethan Hatch. Bender bounced to short. Clean Feely. Force out, and the double play is turned. 6-4-3. Rosas Lizarraga over to Billings, and that is going to do it for the Coyotes in the home half of the 7th. We go to the 8th with the Bears with a 4-0 lead. And we go to the top of the 8th, and a pinch hitter for Elias Fiddler. Manny Morales at the dish. Daniel Hutchison in his second inning of work and comes right at Morales with a fastball on the outer part of the plate. Hutchison in relief of Andrew Yusupchuk. 4 runs allowed. Bender misses for ball 1. Morales hitting a .143 through the early part of this season. Fouls 1 straight back. Goes to 0-2. Scott Schneider working that bench, giving youngsters an opportunity with a 4-0 lead. And you never know when that bench is going to come in handy and play a key role in a game or in the course of a season. And this one misses wide outside to go to 2-2.
Yeah, both of these rosters are stacked as well, so coming off the bench is definitely not a knock either.
So a busy week here in the Valley. The Super Bowl, Waste Management Open. The Coyotes opening the season conference play at home. Bouncer by Morales, 4-3 put out.
Jay Money able to field it cleanly and make the put out.
Stepping in, Chris Billings, 1 for 3 on the night, singled his last time up. And Hutch fires a laser over the plate for strike 1. So a lot of energy and enthusiasm for tonight's game. And these two squads will meet in downtown Phoenix tomorrow for the first road conference game of the year for the Coyotes.
Yep.
And as I watched all these people with their heavy jackets and their, in some cases, their ski caps and their gloves, and I'm like, not needed tonight. Boy, was I wrong.
Spoke a little too soon. Spoke a little too soon.
Hutch working fast and furiously on Chris Billings. Tries to bust him inside, and that gets away. Goes to 1-2. So the Coyotes coming into this one, hitting over 350 through the first 7 games of the year, stifled by the Bears pitching staff so far tonight. And Hutch trying to keep things alive as that Bender misses on the inner part of the plate.
Not by too much. Great pitch by Hutchison. And something that I've noticed is Hutch pitches at a little bit of a slower pace than the rest of the Chandler-Gilbert pitchers, as that 1-2 is skied, giving chase his Hatch, and no, it's going to be Plew, the shortstop, coming up with a massive diving grab. And wow, that's an amazing play there by Camden Plew.
Nice play by Camden Plew. Had the angle, called Ethan Hatch off the ball, makes the great diving play, and for the second out of the inning. And Andrew, right there, we saw the incredible range by Camden Plew at shortstop.
Yeah, that's something that we get to see, fortunately, on the daily as teammates. Let's go. How fortunate.
And Casados is out as the ball hit him in the box on the bunt attempt, and that is going to do it in the top of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors. And Scott Schneider is trying to argue the call. Needless to say, he won't get this one. Coyotes coming up to hit here in the home half of the 8th. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, and stepping in is Keegan Roden. Doubled his first time up, got hit by a pitch, and takes his first look at lefty Presley Monteforte. 2 scoreless innings of relief. Takes a ball high, and Monteforte in relief of right-hander Robbie Butension for shutout innings in his work here at Chandler-Gilbert. Monteforte, that one misses low inside. And the Coyotes will take base runners any way they can get them. It's one bag at a time.
Yeah, every base runner matters in games like this, and especially when you're trailing 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th.
Monteforte locked in on Snido, and that one misses high and outside. So Roden, 3-0 count, down 4-0. No question he's taking, as the Coyotes need base runners. That one hits the inner part of the black for strike 1. On deck is Amir McGee. That one misses. And Roden with the nice at bat. And stepping in is Amir. Sacrificed his first time up and walked in the 5th.
Yeah, great quality at bat there from Keegan Roden. And on the defensive side of things for the Coyotes, it seems the bullpen might be moving around a little bit. Perhaps the closer preparing to relieve Hutchison as Amir waits the 0-0 on the way, and that fastball is going to be high. 1-0 is the count.
And all of a sudden, Monteforte is having some difficulties spotting his pitches. Snido goes out and talks to his left-hander, and look, at this point you got a 4-0 lead. You've been in control. Just dial up the dish. You don't have to be too cute. You don't have to nibble. Just play to contact. Wind is blowing in, by the way, so it's going to take a monster shot to get out of here if you're Coyotes fans hoping for a long ball situation.
Amir has that much power, though. Let me tell you. That dude is a freak.
And the Fighting McGee's back in Philadelphia will vouch for that. As Amir steps to the dish. 1-0 count. Monteforte. Looking the runner. And the umpire rolls off McGee on the swing, so it's a 2-0 count. On deck is Seth Moore. 2-0 count on Amir McGee. That misses. And there's activity in the Bears bullpen.
We love to see that.
Yeah.
As the 2 past pitchers have really gotten numbers on the Chandler-Gilbert hitters.
McGee showing his patience. 3-0 count from Monteforte. That fastball blisters the plate. Takes it to 3-1. Bears with a 4-0 lead. McGee swings right through that, and we are even at 3-2. Coyotes need to make some noise here in the 8th. And one more at bat in the 9th.
Monteforte has done a good job of battling back when he gets behind early on in counts, and he's really showing that.
3-2 pitch, and McGee swings right through it, and give Monteforte a lot of credit. One time was down 3-0 and fights his way back. Stepping in is Seth Moore in relief of Ben Hashizaki, who aggravated that sprained wrist. Struck out in both plate appearances. First pitch as Monafani steps off. Seth Moore checking the sign, and Monteforte getting ready to go to work with 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the 8th. That one fouled off to the right side.
And Devin DeVera took off there, but that one was fouled. And you know, the Yotes haven't really been showing the stealing aspect of their game so far tonight, and I would say that that's to the credit of the Phoenix College pitchers. I mean, they've been playing the games, the mind games with the Yote runners all night, as we see it there again.
And not to mention they've had limited opportunities on the base path as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Between Butension and now Monteforte, did a really good job of keeping the Coyotes off the base path. And Moore skies one down the right field line out of play. And Moore now with 2 strikes in a defensive position. On deck is Jamison Armstrong. So glad you can join us right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. Coyotes trailing the Bears 4-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on. Seth Moore takes a ball outside. Joe Pequeno, Adam Perry, and Andrew Fury on the call.
Really hoping for the Coyotes to get something started this late in the game. They've really kind of been a lot more stagnant in their play style than they have in the previous 7 games.
Moore with an opportunity, whether it be the 5-6 or 4-3 hole. Bounces one to short. Rosas going back. Rosas, big hop to throw over. And Seth Moore beats it out. Throw over to third base. And the Coyotes have something going in the bottom of the 8th. And Seth Moore, as Rosas gambled, took the high hop instead of charging the in-between hop, and that split second cost him as Seth Moore beats it out for the infield single.
Yeah, something that we've been saying about Seth all season is that he has sneaky speed, and perhaps Rosas looked at Seth and, you know, marked him off as maybe a slower runner, but no, Seth has wheels, man.
Yeah, Seth definitely came into the game to replace Hosh, who's the fastest guy on the team, maybe the fastest player I've ever seen from Canada. And Seth proving that he can definitely feel those speedy shoes.
So now we're getting into the dangerous part of the Coyotes lineup. Armstrong shoots one to the right side, and a run is in. J-Mo comes up, and the Coyotes are on the board here in the bottom of the 8th.
And that's going to bring the coach out.
Is going to the hill, and that's going to be it for Presley Monteforte. Jamison Armstrong shoots one through the right side, and there'll be a pitching change as Monteforte heads to the dugout. Keep it right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. More to come. Bears threatening. One in the bottom of the 8th. So the Bears go to the bullpen, and they bring in right-hander Owen Stallnaker. Stallnaker to the first 7 games with an ERA of 1.42, and he'll face the heart of the Coyotes lineup, the 3-hole hitter Camden Plew. Plew followed by Dante Turgeon and Tate Lewis. A couple runners on here. 1 in the 8th. First pitch from Stallnaker. Shot to the right side. Ground ball. Eats up the second baseman. And the Coyotes have got them loaded. Isaac Lizarraga. Bad hop. Couldn't handle it. And they are stacked and packed for Dante Turgeon.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Man.
This is the guy we want to see in this situation.
Yeah.
He's been red hot all season, hasn't he, Perry?
Your 4-hole hitter who's hitting 400, or what is it, 500, on the higher side of 500 this season, is now up to bat with the bases juiced, and the Coyotes have a wave of momentum now.
Turgeon struck out a couple times and was involved in that crucial double play called for obstruction that
Let's see if he can
ruined a
get it back,
rally in the
though.
4th, and now he gets an opportunity against Stallnaker here with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th, and that Bears dugout is silent, and the Coyotes dugout has come to life. And Turgeon with a big cut for strike 1.
Big time moment for Dante Turgeon. He's definitely the guy you want to see in this situation. Calm and composed in the box, as always. Ready to deal some damage here late in the game.
And the Bears are playing him back. It takes low on the outside part of the plate for ball 1. Turgeon hits one through the right side. 2 runs could potentially come in. Second baseman shaded towards second. Nowhere to put him for Stallnaker. Wind up and delivery. And it goes to 2-1.
And Turgeon, I'm sure he realizes this is probably the biggest moment of his college career so far. He has 1 bomb on the season, and I'm not trying to make any predictions here, but it'd be cool to see if Dante could add to that number.
Count is in his favor. 2-1 pitch. And this one skied to the right side and out of play. So it goes to 2-2, and give Stallnaker some credit, busting him in on the inner part of the plate. And now Dante in a defensive position. It's got to protect the plate with a 2-2 count. Can't afford to take a pitch here.
Yeah, the Coyotes starting to howl in that dugout. They're definitely looking to bring a couple across, possibly tie up this ball game with 1 swing of the bat from Dante.
2-2 count, bases stacked. Stallnaker. Bender, and that misses, and it goes to 3-2.
And I know we're talking up here in the booth about Dante perhaps having a big swing, but you know, Dante's mentality right now is absolutely pass the torch and get the next guy up to bat. And he's showing composure here, not chasing any close pitches.
Moore at third, Armstrong at second, Plew at first. Turgeon, 3-2 count. This one.
Oh my goodness!
Going back! Dante's gone! Dante Turgeon unloads the bases with a grand slam!
Dante!
And the Coyotes are on top, 5-4! Dante, the incredible,
Can
gets
you
it done in the bottom of the 8th.
Can you believe it? Dante Turgeon just blew the roof off of this place. And just like that.
Adam Perry, I have to give you a little credit for that prediction there.
Hey!
Grand salami from Dante Turgeon. You love to see it. Let's go. Crowd fired up. Dugout fired up. Tate Lewis up to bat. It can continue here.
Dante the Incredible puts his Superman cape on and saves Metropolis and gets it done with the grand slam. 5-4 Coyotes. And the home team, the home crowd excited.
Ooh, you love to see that from Dante,
Wow.
man. 1 swing of the bat and the whole game has changed.
Dante, the dynamic, put a charge into the home crowd. And they call for the check to see if Dante tagged home plate, and needs to say he did. And how about that 5 spot by the home team here in the 8th? Now Tate Lewis looking to take his cuts. And that's busted in the outside part of the plate. And look, give Dante a lot of credit. The wind is blowing. It's not blowing out, it's blowing side to side, and not the greatest hitting night weather. And Dante just gets into one and puts it out in the trees and left center.
Yeah, the ball doesn't fly too well at this field at night, and with the cold temperature as well. But it didn't matter. Dante demolishes that one and brings his home run total on the season from 1 to 2.
And Tate Lewis patiently working Owen Stalnaker on the mound. Lewis at the dish. Swings right through and misses. So the Coyotes trailing 4-0, now up 5-4 with a 5 spot here in the 8th. And this one scorched to right. Under it is the right fielder, and making the play is Willerup.
That's going to bring up Ryder Hancock. He's looking to keep this offense rolling, add to the cushion of runs that the Coyotes have just gotten over Phoenix College. One swing of the bat, Dante Turgeon turns the game around. Ryder Hancock, let's see if he can get something going here.
Hancock 1 for 3 in this one. And Stalnaker misses way outside. So the Coyotes patiently get runners aboard against the left-hander, and then Stalnaker checks in, and Dante Turgeon checks out with the grand slam.
Yeah.
Ryder with an opportunity to continue the inning and bounces one foul down the line.
Play made by first base coach Austin Shoemaker.
Ryder Hancock bounces one to the left side, and that gets through. And the inning continues. And the Coyotes' big bat stepping up in the 8th. Stepping in, Ethan Hatch looking for his first base hit of the night. So the Coyotes lifeless at the dish for 7 innings, and all of a sudden, 8th inning magic.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love about baseball, and especially these conference games, is that the energy and the entire flow of the game can turn upside down on its head in a single second. And it seemed as though maybe Phoenix College was starting to coast there. Maybe they thought they had this one wrapped up with a 4-0 lead, and just like that, in the bottom of the 8th, the Coyotes, with some timely hitting, reel it back in, and they're up now.
So Stalnaker comes out of the bullpen, gives up the grand slam, and it's Hancock with a base knock the other way, and Hancock gets picked off first base, but the damage is done. Dante, the dynamic, with the grand slam. And the Coyotes put up a 5 spot as we head to the top of the 9th with the home team up 5-4. So we go to the top of the ninth, last chance for the Bears, and a pitching change for Chandler-Gilbert. Chase Benke on the hill, the hard-throwing right-hander. Adam, break it down.
Hard throwing indeed. Jace is probably, I would say, in the top 2 of hardest throwers on this team, maybe between him and Trayson Peters. And Jace has we've been talking about sliders all day. He has a nasty slider to pair with his fastball that is normally right around 90 miles an hour, sometimes touching a 2 or a 3 as it touches a 2 there.
And at the dish is Kyle Snido stepping in, trying to jumpstart the Bears, and the Bears bench loud and proud as Snido takes ball 2.
Noise from the dugout has really been what's been driving offenses tonight. When the Bears are loud in their dugout, they're getting hits. When the Coyotes have been loud in theirs, they're getting hits. So hopefully Jace can minimize that.
And Benke misses low, ball 3, and the last thing you want to see is a leadoff walk. You can't defend the walk.
Absolutely. And Benke in a big situation here. Phoenix College screaming in his ear. Looks to work his way back into this at bat as the 3-0 is on the way. Going to be in there, outside corner for a strike.
Jace had an answer for the loud dugout that Phoenix College has. And here he is in a hitter's count, and he needs to really make a pitch here and turn the momentum on this at bat.
3-1 count. Jace Benke looking to get back into this account. Bouncer, foul.
That's Joey the Gangster Gentile over there at third base.
Joey Gentile stepping in for Ethan Hatch at third base.
Strong defense behind Benke still. All he needs to do is just really throw strikes here. Hopefully make Phoenix College beat him.
3-2 count from Jace Benke, Cole Snido. And that misses outside, and Snido fired up as that bench, the Bears bench, is fired up, trailing by 1 and trying to rally past Benke and the Coyotes here, and John Watson stepping out. And no question, not what Watson wanted to see by bringing Jace Benke in, giving up the leadoff walk to Snido.
Yeah, the closer position is arguably the hardest out of all in terms of pitching rotations, but Jace unable to deal with all the tension here in the top of the 9th, and a leadoff walk is bad news for sure.
So it looks like with a big situation like this unfolding, we have 2 people warming up in the pen, Jace on the hill. So definitely a tight leash for Jace here as he looks to close out this first conference game for the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes.
And stepping in is Alan Rosas. Rosas in that back end of this lineup showing they know how to manufacture runs, and Joey Gentile in at third base expecting the bunt. Benke fires and misses. It gets away from Roden, and going down to second base is Cole Snido, and now the Bears have the tying run on in scoring position.
Jace taking a second to recompose here, finding himself in some more trouble. But Jace, I know, and we have seen, can work out of hard situations.
We call him Big Bad Benke for a reason. Called upon him in a tough situation. See if he can deliver.
1-0 count. And that fastball hits the plate, and it goes to 1-1. On the deck, Isaac Lizarraga, followed by the leadoff batter, Casey Wayne. Benke, 1-1 count. And this one misses outside as Rosas showed bunt and pulled back. And give Rosas credit. Showed bunt, pulled it back, while some batters don't and take the strike. Rosas, the IQ to control the bat out of the zone. 2-1 count. This one blown right by Rosas, and Benke with an opportunity for the first out here in the ninth. That Bears bench is loud and proud. 2-2 pitch to Rosas.
Yeah!
Is busted past Rosas and B cubed. And the cube is for big, bad Benke.
Let's go. That was a big strikeout. Having a runner in scoring position, no outs, you definitely needed an out there without that runner advancing. And Jace was able to do just that. Another runner another batter stepping in. Jace, same amount of pressure on his shoulders. Let's see if he can deliver once again.
Lizarraga at the dish. And Lizarraga, and that is off the home plate umpire. And the home plate umpire is being looked at, and that's a scary situation.
The athletic trainer for the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes, Lindsay, checking up on him as he makes his way onto his knees and seems to be a bit shooken up.
We'll take a short time out here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. So give credit to the home plate umpire. Takes one off the body. And now Lizarraga back in the box against Jace Benke. Runner at second, one out here in the ninth. This one blown right past Lizarraga. Jace Benke, leadoff walk to Cole Snido, followed by the strikeout of Alan Rosas, and now Lizarraga with one out, tying run at second. Benke fires, slider, and Lizarraga is out for the second out of the inning.
Jay's doing exactly what he has to do. Keep that runner at second and still get out. That is extremely important. He's done just that. Now he's just one out away from this ball game being over.
Stepping in, Casey Wayne struck out, popped to first, struck out, RBI single in the seventh.
And Waddy making the call to the pen. Jace Benke gonna be done for the night. Some fantastic work from him
leadoff walk and then reeling it right back in with 2 consecutive strikeouts. And coming into the game for the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes is Sam Roberts.
And we'll take a short time out here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. 2 outs, top 9, and your Coyotes up 5-4. So side armor Sam Roberts comes in. Adam, break it down.
Man, slick Sam Roberts taking the bump for the Yotes here. 2 outs on the top of the 9th. He's got 2 pitches, nasty fastball, nasty slider. As he wings the slider there, man, that thing just is like a Frisbee, dude. Very hard for hitters to pick up, and especially coming off of somebody that was throwing gas like Big Bad Banky.
So Wayne out in front, waving at the first pitch. 0-1 count. Here it is. Comes right back and stunning Sam with an 0-2 count.
Goal.
And Casey Wayne now in a defensive posture. 0-2 pitch. Sam Roberts with the opportunity to close it out. And that pitch misses on the outside part of the plate, and it goes to 1-2. Runner at second. Cole Snido led off the inning against Jace Benke with a leadoff walk. 2 strikeouts. Roberts pitch, and that does
Let's
it.
go, baby.
Sam Roberts out of the bullpen, shuts the door, and the Coyotes win their conference opener over Phoenix College by the count of 5-4. Dante Turgeon, the hero with a grand slam, the go-ahead 4-bagger, part of a 5-run 8th inning as the home team rallies from a 4-0 deficit for the conference win. Adam, Andrew, you name it, we had drama, and the home team puts up the fireworks with a 5-run 8th.
Yeah, fireworks. That game was absolute fireworks. It was a pitcher's duel at first, and then, you know, Phoenix began to trickle some runs in, and it looked like they were going to cruise to a victory over the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes, but the Yotes fighting through every at-bat, not giving anything away, and in the bottom of the 8th, it all came together for them, and Dante Turgeon was up to bat with the bases loaded, and the story goes from that point on.
Dante Turgeon, definitely the hero, but the Coyotes pitching definitely kept us in this game. Chuck still threw very well. A couple unfortunate situations unfolded, but the Coyotes handling adversity well tonight, did what they had to do, got it done, win the conference opener against Phoenix College in a close game, 5-4.
And give credit in that 8th inning. It all started with Keegan Roden working his way on a walk, a Seth Moore single, a Jamison Armstrong single. Camden Plough got on an error by the second baseman, and then dynamic Dante launches one over the left center field wall, and that put up the 5 spot and the difference for the Coyotes to get the 5-4 victory. And as we look back at Andrew Yusupchuk's night on the mound, a solid outing, gave up 4 runs, but only 1 ball really hit, and that was the home run by Bryson Tambone, but another good outing by the right-hander.
Yeah, Chuck should realize this, and even though he gave up 4 runs, he should be taking away positive things from these outings. I mean, he's been looking phenomenal. His pace has been his biggest asset, and you know, he's been able to mix up all of his pitches so far this season. His head should be in a great place after this game.
Daniel Hutchison coming out of the bullpen. Nice bit of relief work. The right-hander, the freshman coming in. And Adam, a calming presence coming out of the bullpen and stifling the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel Hutchison, he's a freshman, but you wouldn't be able to tell when you look at him pitch. I mean, he's calm all the time. He always knows what play to make, and he brought it tonight out of the bullpen.
Jay Spanky with that walk. He had eventually got pulled. Sam Roberts gets the final out and shuts the door down on the Bears. And Andrew, we talked about this one getting off to a fast start. Talk about the resiliency of this team. Easily, you're down 4-0, could have mailed it in, but the team that has big expectations for this season found a way to battle to get this victory.
Absolutely. You mentioned the rivalry to start it off, and Phoenix College and Chandler-Gilbert, they've been rivals for a long time, but Chandler-Gilbert's really trying to make a statement this year. So coming in, we wanted to work fast, but it turned out that it just didn't happen that way. The game started off slow. It was very much a pitcher's duel, but the hitters stayed in it. Everyone that stepped in the box had a plan, and we were able to execute. One swing really changed the game, and that shows resiliency right there. Dante Turgeon, he was down in the count. He did not let that get to him. He ended up putting on a big swing, and the Coyotes, that resilience really showed out tonight, and they come off with the W.
They do, and Dante coming into this one, we talked about how hot he was coming into this game, hitting .571, and John Watson, in my pregame conversation with him, talked about how he's made a seamless transition to this roster, and he delivers in a big way, giving the Coyotes their first conference win of the year. So a big win on home turf to open league play in dramatic fashion with the 5-4 victory. Now tomorrow, these two teams right back at it tomorrow in downtown Phoenix, 3 o'clock start time. And Adam, give me a preview as Phoenix College goes home looking to defend home turf in this crosstown rivalry.
Yeah, Phoenix College is going to look to get one back tomorrow, but I mean, the Yotes are riding high right now. First conference game, and to pull off a win like that in emphatic fashion, I mean, there's not much more you can ask for in terms of morale boosters. So Phoenix College going to have to try their absolute hardest to fend off the Yotes from sweeping them in this 2-game series, as the Yotes having some celebrations on the sideline.
So a big victory for the home team as they celebrate and commiserate a comeback win, putting up a 5 spot here in the 8th. And we appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. For all the good people in the Chandler-Gilbert athletic department that make this happen. For Andrew Fury, for Adam Perry, I'm Joe Pequeno. A good night for the home team. Coyotes loud and proud walking off with a 5-4 victory, courtesy of Dante Turgeon. Go ahead, grand slam. Take care. We'll see you right here real soon on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network.